Hello students, I be back with new video. Standard 4th, subject English, poem 9, time for everything. Today in this session we are going to learn about a poem, Time for Everything. Here in this poem the poet name is not given. So who has written the poem? We don't know. When the poet name is not mentioned in the poem, that time we used to call the poet name is anonymous. This poem gives us the moral, or it gives us something that we have to take care of it. That is the time. My dear students, time is very precious. That means it is priceless. Once the time is lost, it will not regain. We must be very punctual in our studies and become a successful person in our life. Here, the poet Anonymous wants to tell us that there is a time for everything, whatever we want to do. In our life, a number of activities we are doing in our routine in a day. But each activity should be done in a particular time. Then only it will be useful for us. That is, it should be matched with your timing. Let us start recite the poem. There is a time to run and a time to walk. There is a time for silence, a time for talk. There is a time for work and a time for play. There is a time for sleep at the close of day. There is a time for everything you do, for children and for grown-ups too. A time to stand up and a time to sit, but see that the time and actions fit. There is a time to run. Here it means suppose you are taking part in a running race competition. There, when the whistle is given, you have to run. That means your action and time should match. And a time to walk means suppose you are going to a shop with your younger brother. Then what mummy will instruct you? Yes, beta, catch the young one's hand, walk and go through the side of the road and not to run. Right? That means if you will run on the road, the accidents may be happen. So wherever we want to walk, there we have to walk and go only. Suppose in school, your teacher will instruct you to go in a line to your PT period in the ground. How you will move? Yes, everybody will walk and go to your PT ground. Okay, students, understood? The next line says there is a time for silence in case you move to the hospital or a library. What will you do? You will be silent. You will not make noise. This is the line for silence. A time for talk. Suppose your teacher is asking you a question. You will not be silent if you know the answer. Yes, sure. You will raise your hand. Otherwise, you will say, yes, teacher, I know. This is the time to talk. There is a time for work. You are small children. What is your work? Yes, you have to study. Otherwise, coloring the pictures. Right, students? So, what is your father work? He has to go for his duty. And a time for play. It is very important. Students should play also. Yes, children should get the time to play. Don't force them to study always. Let them to enjoy with their friends also. So that playing is very necessary for the children. There is a time for sleep at the close of day. That means at the end of the day, you need to rest. That's the time for you to sleep. There is a time for everything you do. That means there is a time for everything that we do. No matter what we did, everything as it is proper time. That is not only for children. For children and for grown-ups too. Yes, not only for children, even for grown-up also. The same. After work, even they can also rest at the night. A time to stand up and a time to sit. Yes, students, our work sometimes we have to do in a standing position and sometimes in a sitting position. But see that the time and actions fit. That means you do everything at the right time. Every action has the proper time. So you must be very punctual in your studies and become a successful person in your life. I hope you all enjoyed this poem. Thank you.